was really something else to see.
When you looked at it through the telescope, what did you see?
The same thing, but up close, right? You could really see the section of lights were unbelievable.
When you have talked with your fellow officers who have seen this through the binoculars, what do you speculate about?
Well, we're all pretty much saying the same thing. We don't know what it is. It's definitely there. We just can figure out what it is.
And when people say we must be dealing with some kind of intelligence from outer space, do you think that is feasible in the context of these gyroscopic-looking objects?
I have to say yes. I've never seen anything like this. That light stayed there until daylight. It was there until around 6:30 in the morning. And then we didn't see it take off, we didn't see it float away, it was gone.
Fascinated, Linda.
Yes, it really is, and I have screened about half a dozen of the videotapes that were taken that night of September 14th down on the piers, and the very interesting thing to me is when Fire Chief McInerney was himself there, and he was seeing these two orange lights, one that was above the other. And there's some of the video that also shows that the lights do go horizontal and then back vertical. Those two lights stay as if they were somehow had something in between that keeps them absolutely hooked together. And they move very quickly. They go up, they go down, they go sideways. I've never seen anything quite like it on any of the many videotapes I have screened in my career of unusual light. And when you hear the fire chief who was standing there say that he watched with his own eyes as these two lights stayed right together, going down toward the water and then going high up in the air, that alone, George, cannot be in the category of flares. And then you reinforce that with the investigation at Homestead that the video was taken from the local media to one of their public information officers. And when they looked at the video, it would be the same video that I've screened at least 6 of them. You know, no matter what the government or military or any authority wants to keep the media and the public believing that flares are responsible for all these incredible events. This is one, September 14th. It went on for more than an hour with all of these people there taking videotape and photographs, with the fire chief there, with police there for over an hour. And everybody that I've talked to, and the fire chief reinforces that the idea that Homestead would try to just brush it all off as flares doesn't make any sense when if they had some kind of a drill, it was not at that time of night because not a single person heard a jet, no one saw smoke, there was none of what would be associated with flares, and it reminds me of what the government authorities tried to convince everyone that March 13th, 1997 had seen was flares, remember that? And yet, the eyewitnesses seen many saw 2-mile-long cracks then, and so, you know, anyway, it's become like the modern day weather balloon flares. And in this case, the fire chief and the police officers would say that doesn't hold up. And then, on top of all of that,
runway 23, ready for takeoff. IFR.
Americans will be spared a January 1 tax increase. The House has joined the Senate in approving a tax cut deal hammered out by the White House and Republicans. House opponents failed to strip the legislation of an estate tax break they considered a giveaway to the wealthy. An Army doctor who refused to ship out to Afghanistan because he questioned President Obama's eligibility to be commander-in-chief is headed to a military prison. Lieutenant Colonel Terrence Lakin will have to serve 6 months in prison and will be dismissed. The wooden coffin that was supposed to be Lee Harvey Oswald's final resting place has been sold at an auction for more than $87,000. It was sold by a Texas funeral home owner who swapped it with Oswald's family for a new one when the body was briefly exhumed in 1981. And Larry King has put the wraps on 25 years as a talk show host at CNN and gone out with a bang. His last interview featured a talk show with former President Obama and an appearance by former President Bill Clinton. He was also serenaded by Tony Bennett. King will still host 4 specials a year for the network. Coming up, the WLS Storm forecast and more coast-to-coast data. I'm Lisa Dominique, 890 AM, WLS News.
At USAA, we believe what customers say about their auto insurance says everything about an insurance company. And USAA members have a lot to say. Jesse writes this on USAA.com. We just saved $1,200 a year with USAA. USAA member Charles says, I've been with USAA for over 40 years. USAA is the best financial institution on cars. They get to take orders with customer service, and I can see why. What's it like to still be a fan of your insurance company after 40 plus years? Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and find out what members who do save $450 a year on average. Our commitment to serve the financial needs of our military, veterans, and their families is without equal. If you or someone in your family has honorably served, call 1-800-227-USAA or visit USAA.com/car. Insurance provided by United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas. Membership eligibility restrictions apply. Savings